Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, as you can see, what we're going to be doing is debadging the chrome off of this truck. So in order to get this done, things you'll need are, you're going to need a set of pliers, some fishing string, obviously you saw the tape, and then some pry tools. That way you can pry the badge off. And then I actually got a heat gun in order to heat up the badge. It actually helps out quite a bit. All trucks are a little bit different, but I noticed that on my truck, in order to debadge, on the back of it, you'll see that there is, this thing will focus really quick, there are some clips right in here to help take out the badge. So that's the need for the long needle nose pliers. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start heating everything up. That way we can go ahead and get these badges off and get the new ones on. Hey guys, so apparently, as you can see, I forgot to hit the record button when I started removing the badge, but don't worry, because a little later on in this video, when I do the other side of the truck, you'll get to see exactly how I remove the badge from the beginning to the end. But what's happening right now is I'm just readjusting the fishing line. Like I said, there's 2 clips, right? There's 4 clips total, actually, so I just was able to remove the first clip, and then there's just a little tab, a plastic tab that holds the badge in place as well. So once I readjusted the fishing line, you'll see that it glides kind of fairly easy through, cutting through that adhesive. What I did use, again, that you didn't see, was I used a heat gun, and that was just so that I could soften up the adhesive. And like I said, it just made it a lot easier. If you don't have a heat gun, you can also use a blow dryer. But again, it's not a must that you use that. It just made it a little bit easier. Also, you'll see that I used some painter's tape. I put that all around the badge, and the only reason I did that is when I used this pry tool right here, I wanted to make sure that I didn't damage any of the paint. So you don't need to use a lot of pressure. It's just sometimes that adhesive can be a little sticky. So I just put the tape on there. That way I could make sure that I didn't damage any of the paint that you would see above the badge. But right now I'm trying to get that last clip out, and like I said, it's a little difficult sometimes to get that clip out. So you can see I use some needle nose pliers, and then I just push that clip in. Like I said, you just push it in together, and once you push it in, you'll see that it'll just pop right off. So as you can see, like I said, there are 4 clips. You'll see there's 2 that clip in, and then there's 2 that are just holes that are used for plastic, that they just kind of hold the badge in place. But in the next video, you'll see that how I removed the adhesive off, and let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright guys, let's talk about removing the adhesive. As you can see, I first started off using a heat gun, and while it did work, it was just taking forever, because you could see I would heat up the adhesive and use my hand to kind of rub it off. And while I don't technically recommend this method, it did work. It was just kind of a painfully slow process. So what I also ended up doing was I ended up buying some turtle wax label and sticker remover, and that actually helped out a lot better. It just took some time. It was a little bit messy, but with some time and patience, it came off no problem. So now let's go ahead and take a look at how I did the other side of the truck, and then we'll put those badges on.
Alright guys, so as you can see, we're back at the truck. Finally got everything cleaned up. It's nice and smooth, ready to put the badges on. Just so you know, the badges are size specific. As you can tell with these ones, it lines right up. With this one, you'll notice that it's a little off, so they are size specific. So let's go ahead and put this first side on. So all you want to do is just peel off, obviously, the adhesive that comes with it. Do is we'll line it up. So I did bring a level just in case, so I can so that one lined up pretty good. So now let's go ahead and do the other side. Get this adhesive pulled off here. So again, we'll go ahead and line it up first, or we just push it on there. There you go. And there you go.
Alright guys, so on to the final emblem here on the back of the truck. This one was actually the easiest for me to take off in terms of there's no tabs that actually hold this emblem in place. It's actually held on all by adhesive. So again, you can see that I'm using the heat gun in order to soften up the adhesive. And really all I'm doing is going over the emblem, trying not to stay in place too long, because these heat guns, they get hot really quick, really fast. So after about 10 to 20 seconds or so of running the heat gun over the emblems, you should be ready to grab that fishing line and then just start removing the emblems. Again, as you can see though, that I put the tape here on this emblem, and the reason I put the tape is even though I wasn't going to use the pry tool, the tape was there so that I could line up the new emblems to make sure that they didn't come out crooked or so that they didn't look out of place. So again, all I'm going to do here is start running this fish line behind each letter, and as you can tell, once I get through that first letter there, it actually comes off pretty easily. So then we'll go on to the next letter here. Keep in mind too that when you buy these emblems, the ones that for the back, at least for in my case, it doesn't have, it comes with like this foam border in order to keep the emblem in place. But that doesn't work very well, which is again why I decided to use tape, just to kind of get my lines nice and straight. But you'll see in the next video how that foam border, it doesn't work very well. But I'm going to go ahead and get those cleaned up, and then we'll get the new badges put on.
All right, guys, so as you can see, the back was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but I ended up putting it on one by one and just getting the first one leveled up so you can see it's actually pretty level, so looks pretty good. But yeah, that's about it. I do recommend, if you do get a chance to get a I think they're called like a rubber wheel, it would make it so much easier. I spent probably about an hour trying to get all the adhesive off the sides, but if you like the videos, let me know. Like I said, drop a like, subscribe, and hopefully I have some more videos coming out pretty soon. All right, thanks guys.